Danger Dolan, strats for all Throne of Thunder encounters, whether you're tank, heal, or DPS. Refer to the links below this video for the guide that caters to your role. Mechanics. Here's how the fight works. You've got a big platform where you fight the boss on, and several little platforms housing eggs. As soon as you see a light beam on an egg platform, you'll assemble a strike force of 2 to 4 DPS. I can't give you a specific number because it depends on what your damage output is like, to jump down and burn the eggs, while on the main platform, everyone will be contending with a few mechanics. Quills. During quills, everyone will be taking 100k damage per tick for 10 seconds, so I highly recommend stacking up for AoE heals, then immediately separate once the boss finishes channeling it. When Ji-Kun does a push away wind ability identical to Lai Shi in Terrace of the Endless Spring, just run at the boss and jump a lot. This may get more difficult if heaps of green void zones are strewn around the platform, which I'll get to in a second. Stay spread out, type /range 8 and make sure you're standing away from players, and this goes for melee too. The boss has quite a large hitbox. Finally, feed young. When the boss shoots green slime globs around the platform and they land, they leave behind a standard size void zone. By the end of the fight, the platform should be more or less covered by these, though you have the option of intercepting them before they land. Though when you do, you'll be taking a hefty bit of damage, and you'll receive a debuff that makes intercepting future globs hurt you more. However, you will receive a buff that increases DPS and healing by 30%, so might I suggest catching a slime if you're at full health, as it'll help you a little bit. Also note that standing in the zones for a few seconds removes them, but generally this is not a good idea and you're better off catching globs instead. For any heals assigned to egg duty, though typically you won't need to be, but perhaps your team is screwing up, so let me explain it anyway. You'll be watching for a light beam shining up from a lower platform. When it appears, jump down and let your DPS nuke the eggs. If they turn into little birds, you might need small heals on your team. If they turn into big birds, then prepare for massive damage. Once the eggs or birds die, it'll drop a feather. Click it, and it'll make a shiny button appear in the center of your screen. Click the button and you'll sprout wings and fly for 10 seconds. Now, this part is important. Not only will you be watching the eggs and birds die on your mini platform, but you'll also be doing the exact same thing on 2 additional platforms immediately afterwards. So a feather drops, then you and your team will fly directly for another egg platform and get them nuked down. After that, one more platform, nuke the eggs, and then you can fly back up to the big platform to return to the boss. Tanks get hit by a pretty bad debuff, so keep watch for something called Talon Rake and heal accordingly. Let's recap. Your egg duty, you gotta visit the eggs on 3 mini platforms when the light beam appears. Avoidance, you move from the void zones, you intercept the globs if you can, you stack for quills for AoE heals, you spread 8 yards from each other at all times, and you run towards the boss for the wind attack, and be sure to jump around a lot. That's it. Click the annotation you see on screen for the other boss guide playlists. If you click that nice looking subscribe button at the top left, then all future guides will come right to you. Like on Facebook for heads up on all my upcoming projects. Leave comments about alternative strats. Like if you liked the video, dislike it if you disliked it. That is what it is there for. Go for it.